For today's lesson, we're going to take a look at factoring trinomials with a equals 1. All right, so this is still SL A.2c, still continuing on with our factoring unit. The learning target, I can completely factor first and second degree polynomials in one variable using basic trinomial method, which is a is equal to 1, so meaning the coefficient on our a term is 1. All right, so in factoring a trinomial, we need to be able to find two numbers that satisfy two requirements. They must add, and we're going to take out the subtract part. They must add to equal a specific number, and they must multiply to equal a specific number. Today we will practice finding these factors. All right, so if we look here at the example, we have 24, so we know that 3 times 8 gives me 24. All right, so let's look at the example products. We're going to use 20 and 12, so we're going to scratch out 9 and put 12 there. All right, so looking here, we're looking for two numbers, which are our factors in green, that when we multiply them, they give me 20, and when I add them together, they give me 12. So multiplying 10 and 2, I get 20. Adding 10 and 2, I get 12. All right, so let's try some examples out on our own. So I have 72 and 17. So I want two numbers that when I multiply them, I get 72. That when I add them together, they give me 17. All right, so you can list the factors of 72. Let's go ahead and do that. Draw my line here. So I have 1 and 72, 2 and 36, 3 and 24, 4, 18, 6, 12, and 8 and 9. So looking here, we can see that all of these numbers, when I multiply them together, they give me 72, but I need two numbers that when I multiply, they give me 72, but also when I add, they give me 17, excuse me. So my factors are going to be, and I can change the color, 8 and 9. So when I multiply 8 and 9, I get 72, and when I add them together, I get 17. All right, so let's look at 24 and 10. All right, so again, I want two numbers that when I multiply, give me 24, that when I add them together, give me 10. All right, so let's list the factors of 24. So I have 1 and 24, 2 and 12, 3 and 8, 4 and 6. All right, so we can see that 4 and 6 are going to be our only options because when they add together, they give us 10. So when I multiply 6 and 4, I get 24. And when I add 6 and 4, I get 10. All right, so now I want you to take a look at number 3, and I want you to try that one on your own. All right, so setting up number 3, I have 15 and 16. So I want two numbers that when I multiply give me 15, that when I add them together give me 16. So I have 15. My factors are 1 and 15 and 3 and 5. So 1 and 15 are going to be my options because when I multiply them together, they give me 15. And when I add them together, it gives me 16. All right, so this is going to be very helpful as we're looking at trinomials because, again, we have to have those factors. All right. All right, so now we're going to look at factoring. All right, so look at factoring using our basic trinomial. All right, so to factor a basic trinomial, we have to find factors of A times C that have a sum of B. All right, so if we look at our polynomial, we have A, we have B, we have C. So we're going to multiply our A times our C and find the factors there and whatever factors they have to sum to B. So for example, looking at number 1, we have that A is equal to 1, B is equal to 8, and C is equal to 7. So when I make my sum and product, similar to what we did on the previous screen, I'm going to multiply my A times C. So I'm going to draw this off to the side really fast. So looking at the sum and product, I'm going to multiply A times C and B. So I still want two numbers that when I multiply, give me the product of A and C. that when I add together give me the product of B. So I want two numbers that when I multiply give me 7, because 1 times 7 is 7, and add together to give me 8. So two numbers that multiply to give me 7, that add together to give me 8. Those factors are going to be 1 and 7. All right. So now that I've determined my factors, those become my binomials. So I have x plus 1 and x plus 7 become my factors. All right. Looking at number 2, we're going to do the exact same thing. So I have A equals 1, B equals 16, and C equals 64. So I want two numbers. When I multiply, give me 64, because that's the product of A and C. And when I add them together, give me 16. All right. So two numbers that multiply to give me 64 and that add together to give me 16 are going to be 8 and 8. So my factors are 8 and 8. So I have 8 plus 8, I have x plus 8 times x plus 8. But let me erase that to give myself a little more space. So I have x plus 8 times x plus 8, or you can also see it written as x plus 8 squared. Both mean the exact same thing. All right. And then looking at number 3, again, I have A equals 1, B equals 11, and C equals 18. Multiplying A times C, I get 18. So I want two numbers that when I multiply give me 18, that when I add them together give me 11. Those factors are 9 and 2. And again, you can list those factors out like we did in the previous. All right, so if you didn't remember the factors of 18, you could go through and write the factors of 18 just as we did in the previous examples on the previous slide. All right, so my factors are 9 and 2. So I have x plus 9 times x plus 2. All right. All right, so let's work on some more examples. So I have x squared plus 10, x equals 24. So A is equal to 1, B is equal to 10, and C is equal to 24. A times C is 24. My B is 10, so I want two numbers that when I multiply give me 24, that when I add them together give me 10. So that's going to be 6 and 4. So I have x plus 6 times x plus 4 are my factors. All right, so we're going to skip through. We're not going to do all of these. So let's look at number 8. All right, so I have A is equal to 1, B is equal to negative 13, all right, and C is equal to 40. So I want two numbers that when I multiply them give me a positive 40, that when I add them together give me a negative 13. All right, so now we're getting into some negatives here. So I want two numbers that when I multiply give me a positive 40, that when I add them together give me a negative 13. That is going to be negative 8 and negative 5. Therefore, my factors are going to be x minus 8 and x minus 5. So remember, and I'm going to erase this to make this a little bit cleaner, but remember that we can always double check our factors by either using the FOIL or box method to multiply. All right. Let's look at number 9, because number 9, we're dealing with two negatives now. All right. So I have A is equal to 1, B is equal to negative 1, and C is equal to negative 90. All right. So I want two numbers that multiply to give me negative 90, that when I add them together give me a negative 1. Since my 1 is negative and I'm adding, I know my bigger number is going to be negative. Those two numbers are negative 10 and 9. So my factors are going to be x minus 10 times x plus 9. All right. So now what I want you to do is I want you to look at number 10 and let's say number 12. All right. I want you to pause the video and work on number 10 and 12 and then come back to the video and check your answers. All right, so looking at number 10, I have A is equal to 1, B is equal to -1, and C is equal to -56. So I want two numbers that when I multiply them give me a -56, that when I add them together give me a -1. Those factors are going to be -8 and 7. So my factors are x minus 8 times x plus 7. And for number 12, A is equal to 1, B is equal to 10, and C is equal to -39. So I want two numbers that when I multiply them give me a -39, that when I add them together give me 10. Since my 10 is positive, I know that my bigger number is going to be positive. My factors are 13 and -3. So I have x plus 13 times x minus 3. All right. So just like with difference of squares, all right, once we went through and we kind of understood how to factor using the difference of squares method, that's when we threw in the GCF, all right? So the same thing applies with trinomials, all right? As we get further into factoring, we're going to always have to look for a GCF first, all right? So looking here at number 13, all right? We have 2x squared plus 2x minus 4. All right, so here we're working with basic trinomials, so our a equals 1. So we can clearly see that our terms have 2, 2, and -4. So what do 2, 2, and -4 have in common? They have 2 in common. So I'm going to factor out a 2, and I'm left with x squared plus 2x, plus x. Sorry, I factored out a 2. Minus 2. All right, so now we see that we have our basic trinomial. So now our A is going to be 1, our B is going to be 1, and our C is going to be -2. All right, so I want two numbers that when I multiply give me -2, that when I add them together give me 1. Those factors are 2 and -1. All right, so now I have three factors, so I can't forget about my GCF. I have x plus 2, and I have x minus 1. All right. Let's do another example together. Let's look at number 14. So I have 3x squared minus 15x plus 12. All right, so I have 3, 15, and 12. They all have 3 in common, so I'm going to factor out a 3. And I'm left with x squared minus 5x plus 4. All right, so my A is equal to 1, my B is equal to -5, and my C is equal to 4. So I want two numbers that when I multiply give me 4, that when I add them together give me -5. So I have -1 as a factor and -4. Because when I multiply two negatives, I get a positive, and adding two negatives, it gets more negative. So again, I have three factors. So I have 3, x minus 1, and x minus 4 as my factors. All right, so now what I want you to do is look at numbers 15, 16, 17, and 18. All right, I want you to go ahead and complete these 4 problems, and then when I log into the Meet, we will review them prior to you working on your exit ticket.